I hate AI art.
You don't by any chance happen to have 6 fingers on your right hand?
It's one of those things that just bothers me deeply for many reasons that I want to go over in this video. We're not going to be talking about the actual ethics of AI and how it, steals from artists and consumes a fuck ton of water, because most of us already know the impact that AI has, but AI bros just simply don't give a shit. As long as it allows them to enable their laziness, they're just fine with it. I'll also be focusing a lot more on the game development side of the argument, as it's where I have the displeasure to meet most of these people that worship AI like some kind of god. First off, something that bothers me is how some people love to claim that they could never make a game without AI. Oh, I can't make the music for my game, I need AI. Or, oh, I can't make the art or the models or whatever else. To that I answer, just learn it. AI is not necessary for literally anything. Just learn it. Need music? Learn FL Studio. Need 3D models? Learn Blender. Need textures? Literally just use fucking Google. Now, you might not be able to just bring whatever is in your mind into existence, but you know what? That's fine. That's allowed. Limitations stimulate creativity. The biggest flaw in that argument, though, beyond just the fact that we are humans with the capacity for learning, is that people have been making indie games without AI for a long time, and still are. Toby Fox built this in a cave with a bunch of if statements, goddammit. So are all the indie games that have come out in the past decades just flukes? You wanna know who didn't need AI for their game? Yandere Dev. Isn't that a bit embarrassing? Imagine using AI when even that fucking guy was able to make a quote-unquote functioning game without it. It's not an example of a good game, but it's more than what AI bros claimed they could do without their precious large language models. Making indie games is possible without AI. I would know. Secondly, AI art kills the artistic process. Some people might say that, oh no, it's still my idea, but realized by the AI, or whatever bullshit they tell themselves to sleep at night. And the truth of the matter is, no, you fucking idiot. You didn't create shit. Imagining something is only the beginning. The process of bringing that into reality is something totally different, and not only that, but is necessary. Let's take an example from my own game, Lady in Green. If I were to use AI, I would have simply gave it a little summary of the character's lore and situation, a vague description of what I'd want her to look like, I would get my model, and it would end there. That's it. That's the process. The problem here is that the process would be over. That would be it. Now let's just get on to what actually happens when you make your own art. I had to make the model myself. I drew inspiration to designs that I enjoyed and thought would fit the character and her lore, got a shape for the model that I liked, and then went on to the texturing. So I had my model. Woohoo! But then later on, I decided to remake it because it wasn't up to par with the skills I had developed. That's when, while redesigning her, I realized that the texture I made for her skull was very similar to that of a barn owl, one of my girlfriend's favorite animals. So I decided to expand the design in that direction, and that influenced the way the entire character was built, with a frame and mannerisms meant to be reminiscent of that of a barn owl. This redesign also gave me the idea of making the character blind, and it led me to rewriting her personality to match this new and softer appearance. And I skipped over a bunch of other things, including animating and rigging the character, but I wanted to focus more on the physical appearance side of things.
Look at the state of that. Hey, get fucked, will you? Come on, guys. Let's draw the line somewhere, shall we? Have a little bit more self-esteem, will you, yeah?
Matter of fact is, the character would have stayed very bland, were it not for the fact that I had to get off my fat fucking ass, learn Blender from scratch, learn texturing, and lock the fuck in to make something with meaning, worth, and soul. And I wouldn't want it any other way.
It's actually quite bad.
Thirdly, some fanatics of AI will say that, oh, AI is the future, and it's fast, and you're just gonna fall behind if you refuse to use it. The thing is, this is exactly why literally everything fucking sucks now. This toxic mindset of seeing art as this lesser practice or a waste of time. The point here is that AI is a symptom of a bigger problem. Art is not seen as valuable to our society anymore. People wonder why we don't get these big artworks and whatnot anymore, and why everything is ugly, and that's why. And this brings us to my fourth and final point. AI art is disrespectful to art. AI art is a way of saying, I don't have the willpower to get this aspect of my project done. If your project wouldn't see the light of day without AI, then it shouldn't. Whatever you need AI for to make your project, I promise you, you can do it yourself. If you don't have the willpower for it, then that just means that your project is obviously not worth the effort. And well, where can we go from here? How am I meant to respect your work if you can't respect it yourself? That's one of the big reasons why most people hate seeing AI. It just tells to the audience that you don't care enough. And once we know that, neither will we. There are gray areas though, like programming. I can't lie, I'm not 100% sure if I consider programming art, but classifying it as a menial task just feels a bit wrong. I don't have enough knowledge on the topic, so I don't want to make any big statements here. But I myself choose not to use it even just for support for the ethical reasons that I don't need to bring up because we're all already aware. And you know, ChatGPT could be fueled by a kitty grinding machine and they'll still use it and say some shit like, well, at least the kittens were ground up for a good reason. Anyways, you should go check out my new horror game that just came out. No AI in there, only 100% pure human insanity.